Hey guys, so I wanted to pop on and give you guys an update. So here I am just past week 7 after my RNY gastric bypass. And I stepped on the scale tonight and I have officially hit the 40-pound loss mark. So I'm really excited about that. Some things this week that my stomach has really handled have been, and this, I don't know why this has been so great for my stomach, but broccoli cheddar soup is kind of been my gig lately. I've been struggling a little bit with the mental aspect of food lately. It's been, the struggle has not necessarily been, poor me. It's more about the uncomfortableness with food and just society in general. For example, like my husband took me out to eat over this last week, and I ordered something that it was like just like a chicken taco salad. So it was just like veggies and lettuce, which surprisingly from like, I don't want to say day 1, but day like the first week, my stomach's been pretty easy with lettuce and I haven't had issues, which is not common, at least from my understanding. So I had a chicken taco salad because my body likes lettuce and everything. Well, I had like 2 bites and the shredded chicken got stuck in my pouch and it was a mess and I got so sick, and then I just sat there the rest of my meal miserable, and I'm watching my husband eat, and something that first we don't get to do very often. We don't get to go out to eat together because he works like 45 minutes away from where we live. And so it was just really emotional because it's something that we don't normally get to do together. And when we did finally get to have lunch together, it was just not a good experience. And then my poor husband, he's sitting there the whole time, like just staring at me, not eating because he's trying to make it better. And I'm just like, dude, the only thing you can do to make it better is eat, because then I feel less uncomfortable. And so there, I don't know. I guess the emotional aspect of it has been pretty tough this week. Not gonna lie. So I did start that was kind of another thing. So that kind of inspired me to kind of figure out, if we do go out to eat, finding things that I know are going to be solid options that I know without a shadow of a doubt that are going to be solid options, so that way the experience isn't as crappy as that experience was at that Mexican restaurant. So that's what kind of inspired the broccoli cheddar soup this week. We went out to Applebee's. We just took a day off work. We needed to recharge and reset for our family. And so we both took a day off together and took our kids out to eat. We went to Applebee's and they had this broccoli cheddar soup, and it was like a lunch thing where you get 2 things off of the menu. So I just had one of the bowls, or it was really just a cup of broccoli cheddar soup, and I ate off that, and then I just packed the second one up in a to-go thing, and I had a second meal or 2. So, but yeah, so I guess just the emotional side has been a little bit tough this week. Also, just like in my life right now, I'm dealing with a lot of stress. Not one thing in particular, but just kind of figuring life out. I've had a lot of bad things happen lately that are really just not fun to emotionally figure out. And so before surgery, I would have easily turn to ice cream and Oreos, and the list goes on, and cereal at 2 a.m. because I can't sleep because my mind's overbogged. And it's just a different way of coping. I've just had to learn a different way of coping. So that's been rough. As far as things for this next week, I'm hoping to maybe figure out a couple of other options. I'm starting to get tired of the same old, and I think I touched on that in the last video, where it's not necessarily the lack of certain things, or the inability to have certain things. It's more just finding a variety, because you can get burned out on things really quickly. Update from my last video, the chicken salad. So definitely ate the chicken salad. I thought it was going to be good. It was not good. So I don't know if my stomach was just weird that day, because I had issue for breakfast and an issue for lunch. But I haven't had the courage to try the chicken salad again. So maybe I might try to do that this week and just see how that goes. But no bueno on the chicken salad from the last video. So something else that's been a little bit of a struggle is I've been really trying to cook for my family. But cooking for my family includes typically things that I also can't eat. So for instance, I typically make things like green bean casseroles and potato salad and that kind of stuff. And so stuff that I'm trying to kind of avoid. I'm trying to avoid potatoes right now, because typically that is something that I'm weak with as well. French fries, mashed potatoes, just anything potato-y. And I've been trying to really avoid those and be really good about that. And so, but when you make food, as a chef, you're supposed to try it and make sure it tastes good and it's right. And so that's been a little bit of a struggle, is just cooking in general. I haven't been able to eat it or try it or make sure that it's good. So my poor family has been the guinea pig of tasted, tested, approved mom cooking. So it's fine. They've survived. They haven't starved yet, but that definitely adds a different spin on it too. So so far this week's been pretty uneventful. Just taking it one day at a time. So I'm getting better with different types of foods. I can't do red meats. I did have some success with something it was like a hamburger patty. But I think that's just because it crumbles really easy. But anything shredded or steak, I can't do any of that. Shredded chicken's really, really tough as well. I've eaten a lot of cheese. I'm kind of done with cheese, over it. Also, same thing with eggs. I'm kind of super burned out on eggs. So I've kind of traded, so I don't know if this is healthy or not. Snacking's something that I did a lot before my surgery. I still feel that craving, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I do it with things that are healthy options and that I can eat. So I'm really able to eat, and I really like just traditional trail mix, so peanuts and cashews and almonds and then raisins and that kind of stuff. That stuff settles pretty good, and I haven't had really issues with that. And I've even been able to eat the little M&Ms, so that's a win in the trail mix. So I've been pretty excited about that. I also just got a big canister of just plain almonds. So if I feel the need to kind of munch on something at work, I have a thing of almonds on my desk, so I can just always eat a couple almonds. And it doesn't take much to, I'm peeling. I was in the sun quite a bit this past weekend. It doesn't take much to fill me up, so like 5 almonds, I'm good for a while. So once again, I'm not having any issues getting my fluid down. It's probably the easiest part. Like I said, the hardest part so far has really been like the head portion of it and the mind portion of it. It's all about, keeping your mind strong. Something that, I dropped you guys, I'm sorry. Something that I am going to be starting, which I'm really nervous about and super emotional about, so I'm going to try not to cry. I don't typically ask for help. I don't like to ask for help, and I don't know if I can do this all on my own. So I am reaching out. I've reached out, and I am scheduling an appointment with a counselor. So one of the ladies that I follow quite a bit, she has always recommended since the second week of her journey, to find a counselor that you can talk to and work with for food addiction. And it's way more than just food addiction for me. Like I said, I've had a lot of stuff happen in my life in the last 3 to 4 months. And so it's been hard, not necessarily, the journey itself is hard enough, but adding those stressors on top of it, when typically I've had food to comfort me during stress times, that's been really hard. So I'm really excited about it. My appointment's not for another week and a half, so I'll probably have another video before that appointment. But if you're somebody out there that does maybe struggle with asking for help, or is really stubborn like me, which it's one of my worst qualities, it's okay. I don't know what to expect, but I know that I have a lot of comfort and relief in knowing that this is the right move for me. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll keep you guys posted on how that goes. I just don't know what to expect. So if you guys have any questions, you have comments, or anything like that, feel free to drop it in the comment section below. And I will do the best I can to address any questions that you have going forward. So 40 pounds down, just finished week 7. So I'm pretty happy about that. I did just end with a plateau, so that's kind of sucked, but that's okay. I'm ready for the drop. Stair steps, baby. Have a good night, guys, and until next time, stay healthy.